Hello, I'm Jonasz Rewiński and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. We begin as usual with a battlefield update. Overnight, Russian forces launched several drone attacks over Ukraine. According to Ukrainian air defense, 41 out of the 64 incoming UAVs were shot down, with no casualties or wounded reported so far. Meanwhile, Ukrainian drones attacked Saratov and Engels on the night of the 8th of January, damaging an industrial facility, the Saratov region governor has reported. An emergency response center was set up at the site, and according to preliminary information, there are no casualties. In total, according to the Russian Defense Ministry, air defense forces intercepted and destroyed 32 Ukrainian drones during the night. On the front line, in the Russian border region of Kursk, Ukrainian forces have made advances following a surprise counterattack. Officials in Kyiv have now confirmed. The counteroffensive, which began over the weekend, marks a significant escalation in cross-border operations. Ukraine's General Staff described the move as part of new offensive operation currently underway in the area. Russia, meanwhile, has pushed back against Ukraine's partial hold on the Kursk region, reducing Kyiv-controlled territory by approximately half since the initial cross-border incursion launched last August. In eastern Ukraine, the focus of Russia's military efforts has remained on the Donetsk region. Russian forces recently advanced in the northwestern part of Toretsk after several weeks of more intense Russian offensive operations and successes in the area, according to a report by the Institute for the Study of War. Russian forces appear to be changing their assault tactics in Toretsk to secure advantages in the town. Analysts are adding that Russian forces are likely using their superior numbers to ramp up offensive operations and to advance within Toretsk itself. Situated roughly 20 kilometers north of key logistical lines, Pokrovsk is strategically significant to the area and is the next target for the Russians. The Russian troops are now within a few kilometers of Pokrovsk, underscoring the intensifying battle for control of the region. Moving on now to the Middle East. An Israeli strike on Gaza killed at least 17 people, according to the Palestinian Ministry of Health. The attack hit the Khan Yunis area, including sections where people displaced by more than a year of war were living in tents. The Israeli military said in a statement that it conducted several airstrikes in the Khan Yunis area targeting terrorists who took part in the 2023 Hamas attack on southern Israel. Now, we open today's episode with gripping footage showing a Russian tank finding itself immobilized by an unassuming yet highly effective anti-tank trap. Known as Dragon's Teeth or improvised craters, these obstacles are strategically placed to disrupt armored advances. Despite the tank's reinforced armor, it becomes an easy target after getting stuck in the trap. Ukrainian forces often combine such barriers with precise drone strikes or anti-tank weapon ambushes, turning these defensive measures into deadly kill zones. Now, moving on. Recent footage reveals the deployment of North Korea's 170mm Coxstan self-propelled artillery systems by Russian forces in Ukraine. These long-range weapons, capable of striking targets up to 60 kilometers away, are now actively shelling Ukrainian positions. The Coxstan, known for its destructive power and extended range, was previously used by North Korea along the DMZ with South Korea. Intelligence suggests that several units have been transported to Russian-occupied territories, with logistics facilitated through secretive rail routes. Experts believe this cooperation marks a concerning escalation, highlighting Russia's reliance on foreign arms supplied to sustain its artillery dominance on the battlefield.
О, блядь. Ким Чен Ын подарил нам. корейская артиллерия.
Now, in the next video, you'll be able to see chilling first-person footage featuring a Russian soldier attempting to aid two wounded comrades on the battlefield. Now, as he struggles to stabilize them, an artillery shell explodes nearby, shaking the ground and enveloping the scene in smoke and debris. The soldier's helmet camera records every harrowing second, offering a raw glimpse into the brutal reality of frontline combat. Analysts suggest this incident occurred amid intense shelling targeting a critical section of the front line, where Ukrainian forces continue to put pressure on advancing Russian units.
У меня 2300, у меня 2300! Где у тебя, чё, Коля Андрей? Саня!
In the latest twists on Russia's paranoia about Ukrainian combat mosquitoes and secret biolabs, a Ukrainian cat has now allegedly joined Kyiv's elite anti-drone forces. A Meteor 75 drone met its fate in a dramatic encounter with a fearless feline who leapt into action, swatting the drone midair and sending it crashing to the ground. The operation, dubbed Purring Strike, has sparked a wave of humor online, with memes of cats in military helmets and night vision goggles spreading rapidly. Perhaps Moscow will now accuse Ukraine of training an entire brigade of combat cats. Let's watch this unexpected aerial takedown. I suppose this might have been the involvement of NATO's legendary cat division. Perhaps. First evidence, and we showed it to you. And with this, we conclude this episode of Military Mind. Please stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news and updates.